Hey, entrepreneurs. I'm Jennifer Turrentine with Empower Financial of America. And today we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet important tools in your business toolkit, disability insurance. Let's get into some of the top questions entrepreneurs like you ask about disability benefits and why this coverage could literally save your business one day. Today, I'm joined by Whitney Davis, CEO of Empower Financial Group of America, and she's going to be answering a few questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. Question one. What exactly is disability insurance and how does it work for entrepreneurs?
Yep, that's a great question, Jennifer. So, disability insurance covers a portion of your income if you are sick or hurt and are unable to work from that sickness or that injury. And the way that those plans we have them designed is they cover 60% of your gross income. So that's
Okay.
super important. We're not
Mhm.
taking your net after you take all your write offs, we're taking your gross income. That does need to be a provable amount. So when you do go to file a claim, they will ask for some documentation. Just make sure you're able to prove that total amount that we're covering. And it will start to pay out if you're sick, you're going through an outpatient procedure and there's some recovery time, you have an accident or an injury. As long as the doctor says you are unable to do the duties of your job, those plans will pay out.
Okay. Question number two. Isn't disability insurance just for employees with jobs?
No, it's actually available for entrepreneurs as well. And matter of fact, for entrepreneurs, it's even more important. If you're sick or hurt and can't work, the bills don't stop at home and they don't stop for your business. This ensures that you have a paycheck coming in during that time.
Oh, that's okay. Awesome. I should quit saying awesome after every
I
answer.
love that you think what I say is awesome.
Question number three. What counts as a disability? Does it have to be permanent?
Oh, that's a great question. No, so we utilize plans that are called own occupation. And that means a doctor says, Jennifer, you're no longer able to perform your job because of this. So think about like for a hair professional, maybe you break your hand. You're not totally disabled. You're going to be able to do things, but you're not going to be able to do hair during that time. That would trigger a claim that you could file and be paid out on.
Okay. Question four. What's the difference between short term and long term disability
Yeah,
insurance?
great question. So, short term disability will typically go up to a year of coverage. Some providers will offer up to 18 months for a short term plan, and long term disability goes beyond then.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Question five. How long does it take to start receiving benefits?
That's a great question. So, the way that we've designed some of our plans is if it's an accident or injury, meaning something unexpected happened that caused this, a car accident, you trip and fall, that would start paying at day one. So, the first day that you're injured, you go to file a claim. As soon as the insurance carrier has processed that claim, it will backdate your payment to the first day that you were out of work for that injury. If it's what we call sickness, and that could be cancer, pneumonia, or even recovery from a procedure, that starts day 8. So there's a 7-day waiting period there.
Okay, that's good to know. Um, Question six. Will it pay out if I can't work temporarily, like after surgery or an accident?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Question eight. How much coverage do I need?
Oh, it's a really good question. We recommend 60% of your gross income. The more income you make, the more that we need to protect. Average example would be someone who makes 60,000. That's $5,000 a month. We would then provide them a payout of $3,000 per month with their disability.
Okay, 60%. Question eight. Can I get disability insurance if I have pre-existing conditions?
Ooh, you can if you work with one of our partners. So there's something in insurance called guaranteed issue.
Uh-huh.
So we have associations and brands that we work with that provide group benefits for their solopreneurs and 1099 employees. And that will cover pre existing up to a certain benefit amount. So in this example, it's about $3,000 per month that we're able to get people coverage regardless of their health background.
Oh, that's awesome. Question 9. What if I work with my hands like a stylist or a tattoo artist?
Oh my gosh, it's so important. You can't live without disability insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're completely dependent on your body to generate revenue for your business. So in my opinion, it is one of the most important decisions you can make for your business.
Disability insurance.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Okay. Question 10. How is disability coverage different from workers' comp or health insurance?
Oh, good question. Okay, so health insurance pays doctors and
Mhm.
hospitals,
Mhm.
right? If you have a disability, it's probably you're having to seek medical treatment. They're
Right.
getting paid from your health insurance.
Right.
Workers' comp typically isn't paid into by self-employed folks, so that wouldn't even play into the equation for you. Disability pays you, the individual, money for you to use however you see fit.
Okay. So it doesn't go to the doctor.
No.
Straight to me.
If you need to pay the doctor, you can with that money, but yes, it will come to you.
Okay. Question 11. What if I'm partially disabled? Can I still get paid if I work just a little?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's that own occupation piece, right? So sometimes we have folks that maybe they're part of a network marketing company or something else that they have income coming in from,
Mm-hmm.
but they're disabled from their primary occupation.
Okay.
The primary occupation is the one that they're applying for the coverage with.
Okay. Question 12. How much does disability insurance cost for self-employed people?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of factors. So I know somebody's going to want a number.
Right.
Across the board with Empower Financial Group, we have folks that make 20,000 a year and we have folks that make 100,000. So there's a big swing.
Mm-hmm.
Our average is about 134 a month. But premiums will range from $60 all the way up to about 300. So the biggest factors that are going to play into price is how old are you? What state do you live in? And then the biggest thing is how much money do you make?
Okay. Okay. Because you're replacing that
We're
income.
replacing that income, right? So if you make 100,000, your disability would pay out $5,000 a month.
Right.
That's going to cost more than someone whose disability is only going to pay out 700 a month.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. Question 13. Is the money I receive from disability insurance taxable?
So if you pay with post-tax dollars, the money that you receive from disability will not be taxed.
Oh, that's amazing. Huge win on that one.
Huge.
Do I need a separate, oh, sorry, question 14. Do I need a separate policy for critical illness or is that included?
That's such a good question. So those are two separate plans. Empower, a lot of times we will package those together. I think critical illness is absolutely as important as disability insurance. So critical illness, just so folks who maybe aren't
Mm-hmm.
aware, are plans that pay money to you, typically in a lump sum, meaning one big paycheck,
Right.
when you're diagnosed with something critical. Examples of that: cancer, heart disease, MS, ALS, Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, right? 1 in 2 men deal with cancer, 1 in 3 women, 3 out of 4 households. The
Wow.
odds aren't good. So, being able to have the opportunity to get a large cash payment when something like that happens allows you more financial freedom to take time for recovery.
Yeah, for sure. Question 15. What if I own an LLC or an S Corp? Should my business pay for the policy or should I?
So either way can work. If you want to keep the benefits tax free and pay for them personally, you can do that, or you can run it through your business, but we can help you evaluate what's the best decision for yourself.
Okay. Question 16. Is there a waiting period before the benefits kick in?
So it's a great question. If it's an accident or an injury, there is no waiting period at all. If there is a sickness, which would be any sort of diagnosis, pneumonia, a major illness, recovery from a surgery, there's a 7-day waiting period. And that's really just so the insurance carrier doesn't have you filing claims every time you have a sinus infection or headache and stay at home that day.
That makes sense. Um, Question 17. What's the difference between own occupation and any occupation coverage?
It's so important and it's vitally important for self employed or entrepreneurs to understand this when you're looking at what plans are best for you. Own occupation means a doctor says, Jennifer, you can no longer do the duties of your job,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Any occupation means you can't do any job, right? So it's
Right.
easier to get a claim paid out with own occupation.
Perfect. Okay. Question 18. Can I get disability insurance if I'm just starting out and I don't have a steady income yet?
You can get disability insurance if you have a minimum income of 15,000 and you are working full time,
Okay.
which means at least 30 hours.
Okay. Perfect. Question 19. Where do I even start?
You call Empower Financial Group of America.
Of course. Disability insurance isn't just protection, it's power. It's your backup plan when life takes a detour. If you want to learn more or get a free quote, click the link below or DM us now. You've got the hustle. Now let's protect the income that comes with it.